Hello everyone, my name is Travis Dopp, and on September 17th of 2020, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And what I would like to do with this series is be able to reach out to those that are just got the news they have cancer, or they're in the middle of a cancer fight. And the most important thing for me is prevention. So no one has to go through what many of us are going through, have gone through, or experience loss from cancer.
Deconstruct this love, replace this time, rebuild or nail yourself to the ground.
So what I want to do is take you through the entries of this journey that I'm on right now. And I first want to start out with the acceptance of the diagnosis and where it began, the symptoms, and then how I was not aware of them because I refused to believe I would ever have cancer. There's no way. I was too young, and that was started in March. I saw a little blood that was different. I was like, and then a little bit more frequent bowel movements, BMs. And I was like, okay, so then I changed up a little bit. Then I went on the road, and everything was fine because I was eating really clean. Got back, and then I noticed right in April, like things got real weird. Frequent BMs, like a ton, and then like more blood off and on. I was like, what the heck's going on? So when I started seeing that, I called my doctor because of COVID. We couldn't meet, so I had to do it all over Zoom. So we're sitting there going through the symptoms, and it's the time the blood wasn't. It was just bright red. So I thought hemorrhoid, maybe, and then she was like, well, maybe it's an ulcer. So I started researching on ulcers, and then I completely changed my entire diet in April to a loose plant-based diet. I was still going eggs. It was eggs, tuna, and salmon, and then with sauerkraut, potatoes, onions, and celery juice. That was basically my everyday meal with salad and other vegetables I'd cut up with it. So I changed my whole diet, got rid of coffee, got rid of caffeine. Any of the treats that I like to have, which are peanut butter M&Ms, Reese's peanut butter cups, stuff like that, those were gone. So then it got better. I was like, oh wow, okay, nothing's going on, haven't had any symptoms. And then in June, I remember because I like to eat spicy food, and I was eating some tacos with a lot of spice, and I was like, whoa, this is bad, something's bad here. And then made the appointment with my doctor. We talked Zoom. In my head, I was like, after I was researching what I was seeing, I was like, man, there's a chance this is colon cancer. But I refused. I was like getting scared. So my way of doing things was like, oh, I'm just gonna try to fix this myself. And then I refused to think it was cancer. I was like, no, it can't be cancer. But I was starting to feel something in my bowels, like in the bottom, like when I was having a movement, it would hit something, it would hurt. So my sides would hurt. And my stool was starting to look different. So I made an appointment. My doctor was like, man, just go talk to the people that do a colonoscopy. So I went, and she checked me out. She was looking at just feeling, she's like, man, there's no soreness, there's no this. At the time there wasn't, because I didn't have blood by the time I saw her, I didn't have any more blood for like 10 days. And I was feeling good again. Once I heard her say, oh, I don't think you have cancer, she was checking me all out, feeling, she's like, there's no way, whatever. Could be just some ulcer. We didn't know. But then, so from there on out, I didn't do the colonoscopy. She wanted me to do one in June. And they were like, if you can get it scheduled, they gave me all the paperwork. And I just like, no, I'm not going to do it. Because I wasn't bleeding, I wasn't sore, I wasn't anything. Which was, again, this is why I'm doing this. You have these symptoms, get a colonoscopy. Because don't be stupid like me and wait and think, oh, I'm good, I've healed it, I fixed it myself, So then I went in, was it June and July, to have any blood. maybe one time, and like a little soreness for a little bit, like a couple minutes. And I was like, oh, cool, okay, it's all good. I'm back to healing. And then right at the end of July, I ate some really spicy tacos that my dad makes and really pounded it on. And that was like for 4 or 5 days after that. That's when I noticed everything was different. The BMs, the blood in there, the pain I had in my sides and back, and they were more like I was always in a heat pad. And then I was like, it was hard. I was kind of nervous to leave the house because I didn't know when these BMs would kick in, because they're more than just, they're frequent. They're like, you're doing 6, 8 of these a day. And at that point, even the look of it was they were different. They were turning skinny. Everything about it. Skinny or just potato chips of BMs. Like, it was weird. But I still in my head, like, no, I don't have anything. And then finally, once I started seeing that after that August, I was like, okay, I better do a colonoscopy. But I called my doctor, and I was going to fight. I was trying to like get a new plan for her. And then I had a whole thing laid out. I was like, wait, we'll just, you can do this pill, try this pill for this. She said, listen, and she gave it to me. This was on a Zoom. And she really laid into me, and it was great. And I appreciate it to this day that she did, because it scared me, but it also talked sense to me to go get a colonoscopy. It's like, hey, why don't we just we'll figure it out once we really know. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. But on September 17th, after my colonoscopy, is the day I found out I had cancer. I was livid. Pissed. Just like, I wasn't pumped. When I heard that, I could tell on the nurse's face something was wrong, and I asked her, she wouldn't tell me. That made me even more like, just like, come on. Then the doctor, then my mom comes in, and I could see in her face that something happened. And then the doctor comes in, and then my brother comes in, my older brother, that was supposed to be on a golf trip. He comes in. I'm like, okay, now. And then the doctor's like, yeah, we found a tumor that was 7 centimeters in length, partial blockage, nothing crazy. And I was like, still, my colon worked, and that, that made me, so automatically I thought I had 4 years or less to live, because that was right around the time the actor from Black Panther passed away from colon cancer. So it made my head go into, and then also, not having the anxiety that I have, then I can make it run. So I'm like livid, I'm scared, I'm pissed, I'm beating myself up for my past. I'm fight everything I did. It's blaming myself. I'm very angry. I get home, my brother and his wife and kids come over, my older brother comes over, my dad. We get some food. We get like actually we got like really nice salads. And we sat on my back porch, kind of going over everything, because at that point we're just kind of talking, because my aunt lost her husband to cancer, my brother lost his girlfriend to cancer, we lost a really good friend to cancer, and my grandpa died of cancer. But I just kind of pulled it together, and I was like, something clicked that day where I was like, well, hold on, I've got way too much planned for a future for this to be my ending. This is, I was just trying to put it together. I'm like, this can't be. There's no way I'm gonna like fall from this and not be able to stand up. There's not been one thing in my life that hasn't knocked me down and kept me down. So I wasn't gonna let cancer take me down and tell me when the end is. None of us know when the ending is, but I definitely know I'm not gonna let cancer be my ending. I set that tone that day. I was like, cancer will not be my ending. Now, there was a lot of things I had to learn from that day. I'm like trying to put together, so my family's getting listened. I'm like, hold on, I don't want anybody sad. I don't want to be upset. It's just stay right up. It's try to keep it at 11 where I'm at. If I can stay here, and then right now we don't even know if it's cancer. We don't even know if it's cancer yet. We don't know. They have to do a biopsy. So I'm already telling myself it's not cancer. So we go, then like 4 days later, the whole 4 days I'm like calling people, I'm looking up, like, okay, it can't be cancer, it's not cancer, it's not, I'm good, I'm gonna be fine. That Monday morning, go back to the doctor, and she gives me the full results of their, the notes, what they saw, whatever. Yep, it's cancer, biopsy says cancer. And for whatever reason that day, I was really panicky going into it, And right, she said, you have cancer. I just went straight calm, like nothing. I was like, okay.
Deconstruct this love.